Hey guys, Alden here and welcome back to episode number 11 of my Quest to Level 50 series. Now, I've been a little bit delayed in getting this episode out because I've had quite a lot of other videos to prepare. So if you guys didn't see, I did a gemming video where we gemmed lots of decorations. I also have got some sneak peek videos in the works, so there's lots of stuff currently going on, but I finally got round to recording another one of these episodes for you guys. So we're here back in Sunshine Island and you guys can see I've jumped from level 39 up to level 41. I've done some pretty serious grinding. I think I gained about 2.3 million XP since that previous video, which I'm fairly pleased about. I was doing pretty slow in the XP progress for a little while there, but I've gone fairly hard the last week or so. So definitely making some steady progress on that quest to level 50. Only 9 levels left. However, those 9 levels, yeah, we do need quite a lot of XP, but I do have a plan for that. So let's talk about some of the upgrades I have made and then let's go ahead and do some more. So firstly, I managed to max out all of my cowsheds to level 5. So if you remember in that previous video, I did speak about it. So all of my cowsheds are now up to level 5 and this one over on the far left is up to level 6. I'm not really planning on getting the rest of them up to level 6 because I don't really feel I need to do that. It's not on the priority list, but I'll potentially do it at some point in the future. But for now, fairly happy with them at level 5. I also went ahead and I upgraded all 4 of my bakeries. You'll see up to level 4, which definitely has made a bit of a difference on my bread production. Definitely was needing quite a lot of that because it was starting to get pretty tough to get enough bread. So I'm maybe going to be looking at upgrading these to level 5 as well fairly soon. You'll see the costs are actually fairly reasonable. We do have quite a lot of hammers and nails, but I'm going to be doing an upgrade with them in just a little bit. I did also go ahead and upgrade one of my pine tree nurseries up to level 5. It is this one over closest to the silo, but I'm not going to go ahead and claim this pine wood because I'm pretty much maxed out in it right now and I don't really want to waste any fertilizer, but I have gone ahead and upgraded that. Now all of these upgrades meant I did have to go ahead and upgrade one of my houses. So this house right here went up to level 4. It was previously level 3. And if we hop on over here to the library, I did manage to max out 2 more things. The first of which was the wheat bonus. That is now fully maxed out, giving me an additional +5 to the previous +5, totaling +10. Yes, I am very good at maths. We also, of course, have cups of coffee. This is also now maxed out, which has definitely been making a massive difference because if you remember in the previous episode, I did talk about struggling with my cups of coffee and luckily now I am able to maintain a pretty steady amount. And moving on over to Tropicalis, you guys will see I have upgraded all of my ostrich farms to level 4. Well, all 3 of them that are currently placed down. I do still have one over here in storage, which is only level 2, and I do tend to take that out for the guild tournament, but during the player tournament I'm not really too bothered. I'd rather have the extra decorations down. So yeah, I'm quite happy just with my 3 level 4 ostrich farms. Potentially going to be looking at upgrading these soon, but these are starting to get quite expensive and there's other stuff I'm probably looking at doing first. 2 other upgrades that I neglected for a really long time was the spinning works and the cotton weaver. So the cotton weaver I've managed to get up to level 2, that was just one upgrade, and the spinning works I've taken it from level 1 up to level 3. So I did do 2 upgrades on this just to try and speed along production a little bit. I was starting to struggle with the amount of cotton yarn and silk thread that I was needing for my boats, ships and marketplace, and I have noticed that since I've upgraded to level 3 it has made a bit of a difference. So potentially going to even look at upgrading this again, but if we take a look at the costs, again pretty much the exact same as the ostrich farms, quite expensive. And the final thing that I have done is of course the house. So we'll come and we'll claim this in a little bit, but first of all we're going to go back on over to the main island so I can show you the player tournament. So the player tournament is currently running and player tournaments I'm really not that bothered about. I really don't try that hard anymore. I waited for 2 days until I entered, so that's why I'm on a much lower score than you probably were at this point, but I'm really not that bothered about it. You guys will see I'm in silver 3. The rewards are kind of meh. 4 cargo coupons are kind of nice and the gems are kind of nice. I'm really not a fan of the tournament coins. I still think they're super undervalued. But big shout out to Claudia, who's absolutely crushing this one, who also sent me a good luck message, which was pretty nice, and to all of the other people here competing in my player tournament. Big shout out to all of these guys. But yeah, I'm not too bothered about where I finish. Honestly, I'm tempted to just drop out of the promotion spots, potentially down to 4 4th or 5th, just so I don't have to compete with the big guns up in Gold League. Alright, so let's move on over to some upgrades. And the first one we're going to be doing is the warehouse. Now, I just hit level 41, which is the level I had to be to make this upgrade to get it up to level 9. You'll see it's going to cost us 1,400 hammers and 5,400 nails. So it is quite an expensive upgrade, but we're going to go ahead and do that. It's fairly cheap on the coins. I know for you guys who might be less experienced players, that might seem like a lot of coins, but I have like, yeah, 80 something million, so this is not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and do this. It's going to be an 8-hour upgrade, and nice. So we've got that upgrade in there, and we'll be able to claim that in the morning, and we're going to have a decent bit of storage now. Next up on the upgrade list, we're here in the library, and the main thing I want to try and focus on now is gaining some more XP, because I'm finding the XP gap between levels is starting to get pretty significant, and I do want to try and keep this progress going so I can actually complete this quest to level 50 series at some point. So the first thing we're going to try and do is hopefully be able to unlock this XP bonus 2 for Marketplace, because as you guys know, the Marketplace is definitely one of my favorite ways to gain XP, and you'll see I'm on 64 out of 70, so I only need to do 6 more upgrades and we can unlock this. So I'm going to try and do that right now, but in order to do that, I'm going to try and find the cheapest upgrades possible. So let's see, this one's going to be 640 pens, this one's going to be 650 pens, 920, so it looks like we're best doing one on each of the coins, and the XP here, that's 810, 810, okay. So we're going to do one on the coins, then it's going to be pretty expensive. We're going to do one on the XP, that takes us up to 66, so we need to do 4 more. This one is going to cost 650 and 160, so we're going to do that. Starting to get a little bit more expensive here. We're going to do this one as well, so that's 830, this is 920, 920, 890, 810. Okay, so these ones are 810, these ones are 830, so we're actually going to be cheaper, I think, doing these ones. I'm going to go for the pens, and I'm going to go for the books, and just like that, we have now managed to reach the XP bonus too. So you guys will see I'm being pretty strategic here, trying to spend fairly wisely, because I hardly do any planes and I hardly do any ships, so I'm trying to not sink too many resources into them, and I'm trying to just max out everything for the marketplace. For me, this is a strategy that I find has been working fairly well. You guys might find something completely different that you think works better. Remember, everything I say is just my own opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, you are more than welcome to it. But we are able, I think we'll probably only be able to do one upgrade here for the XP bonus, but we are going to go ahead and do that right now. Yep, it looks like the next one's going to be a little bit too expensive on the pens. I do have enough books, but the plan is to try and just spend all of the pens and all of the books I get here to max this one out. I'm going to ignore the production section for a little bit until I get the XP bonus here in the marketplace up to level 5. That is then going to give me a complete boost of 25% from the first one and 25% for the second one, meaning I'm going to have a whopping 50% boost to XP from marketplace orders. So that's my plan, that's my strategy on how I'm going to get to level 50, but we'll just need to wait and see if it's actually going to work. Alright, so moving on over to Tropicalis, I have been saving up lots of deeds and shovels. You guys will remember me talking about it. This was my plan to upgrade this island next, and I've definitely got enough to do that. You'll see I've got 7,000 deeds and 24,000 shovels, and I only need 2,500 deeds and 12,000 shovels. Again, it's going to be a little bit expensive when it comes to the coins. 9 million, it is quite pricey, but we have 75 million coins, so I'm not too bothered about that, and we're going to go ahead and expand. Lovely. Oh, and we got an achievement. You love to see it. Now, let's, if we dare, check out what the next expansion cost is going to be. Oh, okay, we're actually not too bad. 18,000 shovels, and we actually have enough deeds, because my plan is, I find I'm really struggling for resources here on Tropicalis. So my plan is to do my next upgrade again here on Tropicalis, because I want to get down 4 ostrich farms. That's the plan, and I also want to get down another copper forge. So you'll see right now we have a copper forge over here on this left hand side of the island, but I'm finding it's just not producing enough for the amount I need. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to claim this house because we only have 2 population, which isn't going to be enough. We're going to grab that. That's going to be another achievement, which is lovely. And that is going to give us enough that we can go ahead and we can build, if we go into farming, we can build another copper forge. This is only going to take 30 minutes, so that's fine with me, and we can get it down right there. Lovely stuff. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I can rearrange my island in a way that I could potentially get another building down. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I might do a bit of readjusting though, because I usually like to have my buildings together, and you'll see the copper forges obviously are now really far apart. So I'm thinking I might move the bar, which is up the top, around to see if I can squeeze the copper forges next to each other. But that'll probably be in the next episode, you guys will see that. And if we hop on over to the Jade Island, my plan with this is to upgrade the foundry, because again, the level cap on this was 41. I have now hit level 41, so I can make this next upgrade. Now, I would have had enough for this, but I always prioritize town halls and the warehouse before anything else. But the foundry is going to be next on my list, so I am unfortunately going to have to save up 1,400 hammers once again to try and afford this. But the foundry is definitely one of the things I struggle with the most. This is a time-based building, and time-based buildings are some of the buildings as I just said, really do struggle with. But you'll see it does actually make a bit of an impact, especially if you look at the iron ingots. It's dropping it by about 20 minutes per batch, which is really going to help in the long run. So this is where I'm going to be sinking my next hammers and nails into. But in order to do that, I will have to claim this house to gain a little bit more population. But right now, as I say in probably every episode, there's no point in claiming a house until you actually need that population. So just like I did on Tropicalis, I needed 3 population, I only had 2, so I had to claim that house to make sure I had enough. But on this island, I can't make this upgrade yet. So there's no point in claiming the house, because all it's going to do is reduce the amount of happiness I have over here on the Jade Island. And I only have 32, so I can't really afford to do too much. But I've got my fingers crossed. We're going to see a 3x3 loyalty point decoration coming for Jade very, very soon. But unfortunately, I've got no information to give you guys on that just yet. But stay tuned, because it's hopefully going to be coming some point during May. And that is all we've got for today's episode. I tried to cram in as much as I possibly could. If you guys are enjoying these videos, definitely leave a like down below and let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in the next episode. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.